Astro Bot is a game that shouldn't need any introduction, yet does. It won Game of the Year, and still is not seen as an all-time great, with most people saying it didn't even deserve to win at all. I'm here to tell you that this game is flawless, and not only deserves its award, but countless others for decades to come. Astro Bot is everything you loved as a child from your favorite releases, all packed into one product, polished to perfection. Whether it's the boss fights, the level design, soundtrack, you name it, this game is not just a glimpse into your past, but a way to relive it all, and feel like you teleported right back to your childhood, no matter what age you choose to play it at. Astro Bot is a title you must witness before you die. It truly is just that good. You don't just play Poco, you remember playing Poco. It's an experience that you could have sworn you've had before. A memory of a time where the world felt small and your imagination filled in the gaps. If you ever spent hours clicking through those old CD-ROM adventures on the family computer, Kid Pix, Freddy Fish, Rita Rabbit, then Poco is for you. It reminds you of your old life. Leaning too close to the screen, eating a kid cuisine, feet on the carpet as the threat of bedtime grew ever more impending. And the best part, it was hand-painted, 3D modeled, and developed by only a few college seniors that released the project on Steam for free. Poco is incredible and a love letter to the era they and many others lived through as children. It is the embodiment of joy. If you owned and actively used a PlayStation 3 a little over a decade ago, odds are you've heard of a game called Journey. It exploded onto the scene when it released, being so vastly different than anything out at the time. It reinvented the way audiences viewed graphics, taking a more artistic approach rather than seeking for photorealism. Its story was emotional and weight-bearing. The background melodies transcended beauty. It quickly became the fastest-selling game on PlayStation, and for good reason. Sword of the Sea is everything you loved about Journey with a fresh coat of paint, and is made by the same minds behind the timeless classic. Not one word is uttered throughout the entire game, not one bit of death or heartbreak or anything occurs. The story is vague and confusing, and yet none of that matters. It's still a masterpiece. Sword of the Sea captures the feeling of being small in a vast world that somehow understands you. It feels like riding a bike for the first time, like chasing the sun on a summer evening, like returning to something you thought you'd outgrown only to realize it never really left you. It is childhood reimagined, not through memory, but through movement, light, and silence. What Astro Bot is to Mario is what Rollin Rascal is to Sonic. I mean, it really speaks for itself. It takes a lot of inspiration because it was made by a Sonic fan game creator. However, it also changes so much. The animations are fluid, the characters look great, the level design is in-depth. Really, the only downside to this game is that it's not out quite yet. But now you know what you will be playing when it releases. Like Poco, Return of the Obra Dinn also feels like the days of early computers, as early as they come though, when monitors could only render the world in a handful of shades. Its grainy, one-bit aesthetic isn't just a stylistic choice, but a time machine. The game even lets you change its color palette to mimic the glow of old Macintosh screens or the pea-green haze of vintage IBM. Playing it feels less like booting up something new and more like rediscovering a forgotten classic that's been waiting for you all these years. And just like those early games, Obra Dinn doesn't hold your hand. It trusts you to pay attention, to make mistakes, to learn by trial and error, the same way you did when you were a kid puzzling over a game you barely understood. Return of the Obra Dinn is not just a clever detective story, but a direct line back to the feeling of discovery that defined gaming in our earliest years. Valheim has the same kind of charm that made spending hours in RuneScape so easy. Its simple, blocky forests and wide open meadows don't try to look real, they just feel right. The rough edges in its visuals actually make the world feel bigger. Every torch you place, every tree you chop, every quiet sunset over the water brings back that sense of discovery you used to get as a kid sitting at the computer. What makes Valheim stand out is how it turns that feeling into something you can share. You're not just leveling up stats, you're building a home, crafting weapons, and setting sail with friends into unknown seas. The game moves at a calm, steady pace, letting you soak in the world as you go. It's the kind of experience that feels like childhood because it's not about rushing to the end. It's about exploring, creating, and enjoying the small victories along the way. We've come a long way since Doom, and yet games like it still release in droves every single day. Some are unfaithful clones, but some absolutely blow anyone playing them away. Mortal Sin is a good one, a great one. It's fast, gory, and completely fresh, all while visually appearing as an equal to the old Quake and Doom titles. There's not much negative to say about it. It is an outstanding time and a much appreciated addition to the coined boomer shooter genre. I wouldn't try to play this one on a calculator though. I'm not sure it would be compatible. Factorio is OpenTTD, Railroad Tycoon, Dwarf Fortress reincarnated, with an even more addictive loop. It feels a lot like the afternoons we used to spend on the floor building Legos or Kinects, seeing how everything fit together. You start on an empty planet with nothing but a few tools, and before long you're laying out belts, connecting machines, and watching things move because you made them move by tinkering and figuring out things step by step. As your factory grows, that feeling only gets stronger. Every new belt, train, or smelter is a little reminder of the fun we had as kids turning random pieces into something that worked. Factorio isn't flashy, but it captures the same hands-on curiosity we grew up with, the excitement of making something bigger than yourself, one piece at a time. Last but certainly not least, we have s&box, the latest release coming from Gary Newman and Face Punch. It is Gary's Mod, a sequel to Gary's Mod, but with so much more. Not only does it have the classic s&box from Gmod, but also a whole game engine on top of it. Think Roblox or Fortnite Creative. s&box is not just a game, it is games, so many games. Anyone can make anything they want at any point in time, and that's one thing that Gary's Mod never had. I wish I could have done that in Gmod as a kid. It has not released yet, and is in closed alpha that you can sign up to play. When it does release, it is said to have full VR support and the ability to take whatever game you make inside of the engine and publish it directly to Steam without them taking a single dime out of your pocket. No percentage cut. s&box is not just the past in the form of being Gary's Mod. It is the future as we know it, and a future that I and many others should be more than happy to accept.